Dead, Bury Their Dead by Arch Enemy, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, I've been wanting to use that song in one of my intros for quite some time now. Basically, little quick explanation. That is the song I will be using in the intro of a vid that I will make whenever it feels like I'm beating a dead horse. And in this case, I apparently am. As many of you know, there's been this little cockfight, for lack of a better term, because it wasn't a war, between Eric Douglas and his tiny little posse. There was some user named Eric Douglas and his tiny little posse. He had Bieber fanatics and a group of supposed metal heads. Well, they were metalheads. Everyone who responded were metalheads. And I was thinking to myself, do I really want to get involved in this? I mean, seriously, is it worth it? Because if you can't tell by a lot of my intros and many of my vids, many of which I have to re-upload and remake due to accidentally deleting most of them when I was trying to re-upload my audition for a Dragon Ball Z Kai fan dub. I am a metalhead! But like a lot of other individuals who have responded to his videos during this little fiasco, this stupid crusade, crusade for stupid people! I do not have an interest in just metal. I like R&B, at least from like the Motown era, at least well up until the late 90s. I will admit, I do like rap. Actually, I did admit that once before in my considering interest video. I just don't like the mainstream rap, sadly. Jeez. But yeah, I was basically going to come on here and go on this little tirade of how I'm basically tired of seeing this practically every time a new pop star comes on the scene. The Jonas Brothers, Miley Cyrus, the people rag on them, and then their fanatic fan brats jump to defend them. No, they're talented. They're the greatest band ever. And if I had a nickel for every time I saw that, I swear to you all now, I'd be flicking rich. I really would. But the thing is, the thing that irks me is, it's like, I hear them say this, like, Justin Bieber's an icon, and it's like, these people do not know what an icon is, do they? James Brown is an icon. He's the king of soul. Elvis Presley is an icon. He's known as the king of rock and roll. Aretha Franklin is an icon. She's the queen of soul. Chuck Berry is an icon, known for being one of the greatest pioneers of rock and roll. The Beatles are icons, known to bring British rock and roll to America. Michael Jackson is an icon, known as the king of pop. Ozzy Osbourne is an icon in the metal realm, as is Ronnie James Dio for giving us that sign he's using with his hand. As I implied with that statement, being an icon is something a little more than just being famous. James Brown didn't become the king of soul in R&B just because of his looks. Heck no. His style was influential and liked by a lot of people. Michael Jackson, as anyone who's listened to his music and knows of his history knows, he didn't become the king of pop just because of his image. Heck, anyone who knows of his nose jobs knows that. He became the king of pop because he defined pop music as a genre. Him, Prince, Lionel Richie, and pretty much any other famous pop act from the 80s, Bee Gees. And, of course, Ronnie James Dio, as I mentioned before, is well known for giving us metalheads this little sign. Among other things, he pretty much, along with Ozzy Osbourne, helped define metal as a genre that, along with Iron Maiden and Kiss, among any other band from the 70s and 80s, and the Beatles, of course, pretty much created the foundation for rock and roll. That and their influence from individuals like Chuck Berry and Lionel Richie who preceded them. These acts alone are what made these people icons. Same with Aretha Franklin. Her style was well liked and influential among various singers. And I could say the same about another R&B singer from back in the day, jazz singer actually, named Sam Cooke. His songs and his music and his style also influenced a lot of singers. And basically my point is, since that is what made all these acts so freaking famous, what has Justin Bieber done that's worth a gosh darn except probably following the footsteps of every other teen singer who's basically been the eye candy for teen and tween girls to jack off to, for lack of a better term. Not a darn thing to my knowledge. So, yeah, it is imperative that concerning you Bieber fanatics, before you even judge another music genre, at least do your research and listen to it before you go off on the deep end and just make a complete fool of yourselves. And that is done for me beating this dead horse. Expect to see my Sora Unchained review either today or tomorrow. This is Demonic Grimson signing out, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a nice day. Also, one quick note before you leave. I forgot to mention the icons in hip-hop. Individuals like the Sugar Hill Gang and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 who started hip-hop, and individuals who established mainstream rap such as Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur.